Big tobacco companies are increasing the pressure on the federal government over plain packaging of cigarettes. Lateline has obtained evidence that a former US ambassador to the World Trade Organisation has been lobbying Malaysia to oppose the Australian government's proposal. Peter Allgeier says he's met a Malaysian government minister as part of his efforts to derail the plain packaging legislation. Lateline has also learned that a powerful US congressman has joined the fight against the Gillard government's latest plans to reduce smoking. Steve Kinane has this exclusive report.
This is the public face of the tobacco industry's campaign against plain packaging. And this is its private face. Peter Allgeier is a former US ambassador to the World Trade Organisation and for 8 years served as the Bush administration's deputy trade representative. He now works here at the Washington-based consultancy C&M International. This email was sent to a Malaysian official and has been obtained by Lateline. It shows that Peter Allgeier has been lobbying Malaysia to put pressure on Australia over plain packaging and refers to a meeting Allgeier had with Malaysia's trade minister.
There are several opportunities forthcoming for Malaysia and other like-minded governments to persuade Australia not to proceed. One option is to raise concerns in response to Australia's notification to the WTO TBT Committee, which meets on June 15-16. A second option is to address this issue at the next WTO TRIPS Council meeting on June 7-8. A third option is to respond to Australia's request for comment on its draft legislation, which is open for comment until June 6.
It's infuriating. It's infuriating that the multinational tobacco companies are trying to use their global political muscle to intimidate countries from protecting their citizens.
Matthew Myers has been an anti-smoking campaigner for 30 years, working with Republicans and Democrats in Washington to reduce tobacco use.
Peter Allgeier has a long history of working in ways to intimidate other countries to back down from tobacco control measures. He led the Office of the United States Trade Representative's negotiations with Taiwan and Korea in the 1980s, including efforts to get those countries to back down on important marketing restrictions to kids. So this is nothing new. In the firm he works for, actually solicited the business of British American Tobacco when the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control was being negotiated, to try to get them to retain them, to defeat tobacco control measures by using trade tactics.
Peter Allgeier turned down Lateline's request for an interview. He would not say how many tobacco companies he's representing, nor how many countries he's lobbying. So what about Australian tobacco companies? Do they have any connection to Peter Allgeier's lobbying?
I've been told that corporate relations firms are lobbying countries like Malaysia to persuade Australia not to promote plain packaging. Are you involved in that in any way?
We're talking to loads of stakeholders right across the network, and I'm sure it'll include the World Trade Organisation, because the Australian government has to also abide by its treaties on its global nature.
So you're paying corporate relations firms to lobby countries that may put pressure on Australia to change plain packaging?
I think we're actually approaching them personally from BAT to talk to relevant